Yeah, that's okay. I talk to myself anyhow. Okay, welcome. It's Coffee with the Goose. My wonderful producer, Jude. I don't know where he is, but my wonderfuler producer, Cammie, is here as well. My wonderful daughter. Anyhow, it's Coffee with the Goose. Thank you for joining me again. And we'll get back to boxing this time, okay? And no, not Manny Pacquiao. I haven't heard anything from him. And, who knows? We may not hear anything from him as far as boxing from here on out. But that's for another show. We're going to talk about two great young tough fighters in this show. But first, we'll start as we always do with coffee. It is Coffee with the Goose. My coffee very strong, like my opinion, as you know. And very sweet, just like me, as you know. Okay, here we go. I'm always excited about a great fight between two championship fighters in their prime. We don't get these very often, at least not at this level. One, of course, is a Filipino, and that is John Real Casimero, and the other a real badass, Naoya Inoue from Japan, undefeated. We don't have an official word yet that they're going to do battle, but we're thinking it'll probably happen maybe in December. So let's go through all the facts and get ourselves prepared mentally for the fight if it happens. John Real Casimero, one of 3-4 great Filipino fighters, Mark Magsayo, Manny Pacquiao, and who's the other one? That's our good friend, Nonito Donaire. Donaire in the same weight class, by the way, Bantam weight. So the great young Filipino fighter, well, he's not really young anymore. I think he's 31, and that is John Real Casimero. He's 31-4 on his career with 21 KOs. He is the holder of the WBO World Bantamweight title. He's from Ormoc City, Leyte in the Philippines. 31 years old, as I said. His nickname is Cuatro Alas, which means in English 4 aces. He's a champion. He's lost 4 times, but he's fought all comers pretty much. He wants to fight. He's a tough guy. Of the 4 losses in his career, at the time of the fight, his opponents had a total combined of all those 4. Actually, the 3 fighters, because he had 1 rematch. 3 losses, that's it, for those 3 fighters, 4 fights. So, Casimero takes on the tough guys, the best of the best. And he's hoping that that will continue against Inoue later this fall, maybe even in the winter. So, Casimero, it looked like not long ago he was going to fight Nonito Donaire. Actually, I think they actually signed the paperwork, but the Donaire camp decided, you know what, we don't like this guy, we don't like what he's all about, and he's insulting us, and he's talking a little too much trash, and we don't like the way he's handling the paperwork with the drug testing, so they decided to back out of it. We had a show about that a couple months ago. Go back and look. There's a lot of really unpleasant, I'll just put it respectfully, okay? Unpleasant developments in that proposed fight and how it did not end up happening. That would have been a great bantamweight title fight between 2 title holders. But hey, didn't happen. But looks like we may have another a great fight in the offing anyhow. Casimero, again, he's the WBO bantamweight title holder. His last fight was in August in Carson, California, a win. I think he's won like 7 in a row. By the way, of his 4 losses in his career, he avenged 1 of them. And, we don't see rematches, like we used to. It still happens occasionally, but, Casimero's the real deal. He's a very tough guy. And, again, he wants the best. He wants to fight the best. And it might happen. In Inoue and Naoya Inoue from Japan. And here's another, I'll tell you what, if you want to put yourself to the test and fight the best in your division, here's the guy. Inoue from Japan is the WBA and IBF bantamweight titleist. He's 21-0. 18 KOs. He's only 28 years old. His nickname, this is a great nickname. He's the Monster. And yeah, he's not a big guy. The bantamweight are not big guys, but he is a monster. Go back and watch some of his highlights of his. I mean, he's a scary dude. And he also excels in body shots. So he really punishes his opponents. He did fight Nonito Donaire and defeated him. It was a decision, and it was a great fight. And he overcame an eye injury, a cut over the eye, I believe. So he knows how to fight when the chips are down, and when things get tough, you got to suck it up, Buttercup. And that's where you show your true worth, not just as a fighter, but as a human being. Inoue is he's tough. He's scary, and these two guys want each other. Casimero wants to fight Inoue. Inoue wants to fight Casimero, and it'll be great. And we'll get into the details about who we think will win, who has the advantages in different areas. Inoue, by the way, his last fight was in June in Las Vegas, and of course a win. He's undefeated. So this will be fun. The insults have started again. That's part of, not so much Inoue. He doesn't really talk that much trash. He talks a little bit, but he doesn't throw insults out. He doesn't go over the line. Casimero does. I'll be honest with you. It doesn't mean I don't like the guy. I'm sure he's a great guy, but he lives on the fringe. If he insults you, so what? Take it. Got a problem with that? Bring it on. He, I think at one of his press conferences, he basically gave the finger to Donaire and Inoue. So he's not scared of anybody, and he wants to fight both of them. The bad blood continues between Donaire and Casimero, as I said in that show a couple of months ago. The real bad blood was, I don't think so much between Donaire and Casimero. It was Donaire's wife, who is his trainer and his promoter. And it's fine. Hey, more power to you. They make a great team. They make a lot of money. They're very successful. But having your wife as your promoter, you're going to have issues there because, and we've seen this with other fighters in the past. They try to get into your head and under your skin. Your opponent's going to insult your family. We see that a lot, just to get you all riled up. And Donaire didn't like that. And I'm not even sure if it was Casimero who insulted his wife. I think it was a member of his team, but they didn't take too kindly to that. And again, Donaire's wife said, no, that's it. We're not doing this. That was kind of a disappointment for me anyhow. You gotta take it. You're in there getting punched in the face anyhow. You can't take a couple of low blows verbally, even if it is against your wife. And if it is your wife that the guy insults, hey, here's your chance to make him eat his words, literally. But for some reason, they decided to back out. They said, again, part of it was the insults and part of it was drug testing and how Casimero was a little, he took his time a little too much to sign the proper paperwork to ensure that both guys were clean. So anyhow, that's in the past. Maybe we'll see that. I don't know. We'll see that in the future or not, because Donaire is 38 years old. He's not going to be around forever. He's a Hall of Fame fighter, by the way. I have a lot of respect for him. But now it looks like two great fighters in their prime will probably go at it. They haven't signed anything. And Inoue has said, by the way, that doping is one of the issues that he's going to pay close attention to when they sign the paperwork. He's going to make sure that Casimero is being a good boy and fighting clean. So that'll be good. We want to see both fighters passing the drug test, and we want to see a clean battle on skill and heart alone. So again, looks like it will probably happen. I'm not making a prediction. I'm not a promoter. I don't get this stuff organized. It's all about the promoters and the money. of course. And Casimero says it will happen. He'll fight Inoue in December. Chances are it'll be in Las Vegas. So I'm excited about this. I know you guys are. I want to hear what you have to say. Who do you think will win? Who has the advantage? Who has the strengths? Who has the weaknesses? It's going to be a great battle if they do duke it out. And chances are, again, it'll be in Las Vegas in December. Great fighters, the Filipino John Real Casimero and the Japanese Naoya Inoue, undefeated champions. It's going to be great. We'll cover it in more depth and more detail once they sign the dotted line and give us more facts about when and where this is going to happen. But it will be a unification bout in the World Bantamweight division. That's it for this edition of Coffee with a Goose. Thanks so much for joining me again. And it's good to get back in the boxing realm. I think that's where most of you guys, most of my viewers like to tune in and explore all the great fighters and possibilities in the boxing world. So we're going to bring it to you. And again, nothing new from Pacquiao. Chances are we'll hear some type of announcement from him in the month of December, which is drawing to a close. December? That's September, yeah. Drawing to a close here pretty soon. So we'll get an announcement, and I've already predicted he's going to fight again, probably a rematch. Anyhow, that's it for Coffee with the Goose. So glad you joined me, and many, many thanks to you guys for subscribing. I really, really appreciate it. The number keeps growing. We're well over 60,000. We got many more shows to come. You guys take care.